Welcome back, folks. This is where my 2022 Road Glide ST is normally parked. And then this bike and my wife's bike somewhere up here and my Africa 20. Too clean for my liking. But let me tell you why the 2022 Road Glide is not sitting right here. So let me tell you what happened. So on the way back to Virginia after Biketoberfest, no, but first let me just say we spent a couple of days in Daytona and then we went down to Orlando to visit family. So I spent a couple of days there, refreshed, feeling great. I'm going to try not to make this take too long. So on the way back, of course, we started the ride from Orlando, and somewhere around St. Augustine, near exit 316, this gentleman, someone was probably irate about something. We did nothing to cause any issues. We weren't lane splitting. We weren't causing any issues. We were just riding and following the flow of traffic, just cruising, somewhere around, I don't know, 75 maybe. So I actually think I noticed him. He was driving a white truck. I may or may not include the photo that the witness gave me. And I think I may have seen him coming across the 2 or 3 lanes on the I-295 interchange. And my wife was behind us. And there's a reason why, bike groups don't like to be split. And what he was trying to do is get in between myself and my wife. And the way he was driving, I knew it was going to be a problem. So I was telling my wife, come on, keep it tight, as I was trying to talk to her in Cardo. Another topic for another time, Cardo. So, and I was kind of waving her through. I don't know if he saw me and thought I was showing him up or whatever. So he cut my wife off anyway. And there was nothing but 18-wheelers. And there he was, and my wife was behind him. So I was a little nervous. So I was like, okay, what is this guy doing? Because he was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So I don't know if he was the whole time stepping on his brakes or whatnot. And that's the worst that could have happened. My wife can't see me. She has nowhere else to go but the median on the other side of I-295 interchange. So I was like, wow. So there's a bit of room in the middle lane next to me. So I'm like, so I see him. And he's sitting in front of my wife. And I could see the distance fluctuating between him and my wife. So I'm like, okay, this is not good. So I said, okay, let me wave this guy through. So I wave him through. I said, hey, come on over. Just go past us, right? Because I was just going to move over and let him go. I decided, you know what? I just wanted to be tight with my wife and stay in this semi-formation. So let me wave him through. Maybe. So I see him coming. I said, okay. Then he speeds up. And he pulls up right next to me. Irate. About what? I don't know. Floridians. I don't know what's going on. So he pulls up. Bah, 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 bah. I'm not going to do it. So, I'm like, what is going on right now? And at the same time, I'm looking at my left mirror. I see my wife is a little bit further back. It's okay. There's a little bit of room if she has to take, evasive maneuvers. I was like, wow. Okay, this is different. And I look back. This is happening like this. Because he's speeding up now. He's doing this. And all of a sudden, he comes over into my lane and bumps me. This is great. And I'm going maybe about 75 at this point, maybe even 80, right? I could, it's just what I'm estimating. So this is going really fast, really high rated speed. The moment that he did that, I felt a bump. Like, okay, this guy's just trying to put me on a wall. I felt a bump, and this is all happening like really fast. So I'm like, I felt this bump, and I feel a bike go like this. So, this is happening again. This is happening really fast in real time. And at the same time he did that to bump me, underneath his vehicle, at least that's what I'm perceiving. Underneath, I don't think he threw it at me. Underneath his vehicle was this 18-wheeler tire, unfolded. Came up and slapped me in the, why can't I think of the word? In the front of the motorcycle. This is a hood glide, so he has a large fairing. So I felt it, pow, the loudest noise you could ever hear. I'm wearing a helmet. I don't remember if I was wearing my earplugs or not. Normally I wear my earplugs as well. So it goes, plop, and it kept plopping. Plop, 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 plop. I'm like, oh my God. Guess what the first thought in my mind was? Is this the way I'm going to go out? Is this it? I was like, is this it? So I'm like, is this it? Because if this is it, this ain't cool. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, is this it? So he bumps me. This thing flies off. He sees it. I could see him. He sees this. He sees what's happening. He's like, and he takes off. The Good Samaritan chased him down. He didn't stop. Chased him down. Liz took a photo of his license plate. Came over, got out, came back, and gave us the information as well as a witness testimony on my wife's phone. So, needless to say, that's why my 2022 Wood Glide ST is not in the garage. It is at St. Augustine in Florida. Literally some of the nicest people you'd ever want to meet. Shout out to John. If you see this, I appreciate you. I'm actually getting ready to give him a call to see what the estimate is. As of last week, he was astronomical. So I will make another video on this as to what I learned from this process. And not so much a process, from this incident. So that you may know that it is dangerous out there, whether you're on a motorcycle or car or whatnot. This is not going to stop me from riding ever again. If this was, what it was, and I don't know, some of you may have questions. I have an incident report number from the state trooper, great guy, Officer Maynard. Shout out to you as well. Handled things well. Came out, make sure we were okay. He stayed with us while the tow truck came. Oh, by the way, that same road debris that flew from underneath his vehicle after he hit me, my wife couldn't avoid it. She was behind me. So I was trying to keep this short. She was behind me. She couldn't avoid it. So she actually ran over that too. She couldn't get away from it. She actually ran over it too. And her bike she was riding a 2020 Spider RT Limited. Her bike just locked up. The rear tire from her bike just locked up and skidded. It could be that she could have stopped. You wanted to brake failure after she ran over that tire. Some of that material got lodged into her brake. It's a miracle that she managed to stop. She was going equally as high a speed as I was. See, she was trying to catch up to see what was going on with this guy because she could see it, what's going on. You all let me know if you want to see what her take was when all of this was happening. Because she told me she saw this thing flapping around me. She didn't know how I was going to stop. How I stopped going from 75, 80 at that rate of speed after he bumped me and that thing slapped me at the same time and I stopped. Is amazing. And all praise to the universal God. So it was crazy to me that people would be so inconsiderate of other riders or folks on this highway. It's dangerous enough being on four wheels and tires and a cage around you. Being on a motorcycle is even more dangerous. So, I just want to share that with you all. If you're a rider, and there's more lessons to learn from this. I'm trying to keep this video short. So if you have any comments of running into things like that on your travels, I was told that part of Florida, the highways in Florida, is synonymous for road debris and different types of situations like that with people assaulting other people. So I'm not sure if that's a thing in that area, but it was. So, but I'm glad there were some great people also, St. Augustine, Harley-Davidson, who are great folks. I'll probably buy my next bike from you all if I don't go Indian. So I appreciate you all, and thanks again. Hope everyone enjoyed this post, but it was just to kind of give you some highlight of what happened to my bike. But overall, it was a great trip. I won't take anything away from that incident, because up to that point, my wife and I, just before this happened, were just speaking about how great of a trip this was, and we're just settling in on the ride home. And just like that, that's how things can turn on your motorcycle, on your day, and whatnot. So just be careful out there as you ride. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and watch after each other. Thanks again. This is Ride to the Sun. Please subscribe to the channel. Over.